right. For my wife intruded. I had another video, but like I say, I ain't gonna have to get me. But anyway, what I was saying is I was writing into some good content before she had to call her about some things. But anyway, let's get back to it. But yeah, I took Carlos back. I was able to, yesterday get them bred, and I was gonna take him back yesterday, but it rained. So I was able to get them stuck, and I know they probably got stuck probably like two or three more times after that. So probably like 3 total probably. But that was good. So I was able to accomplish that. And I still got her in the side of the 10 by 10 by 6 chain link kennel. Got her in there just to make sure ain't nothing getting out, because she ain't like my other little black female. She can't climb, or maybe she just don't know how to. But anyway, but the video gonna be talking about the what if breedings versus the selective breeding. And so we're gonna talk about the what if breeding. So I'm gonna use my homeboy. I gotta use him because he did one of them. He had one of them dogs that do the same exact thing, and that's how I got Wilkins, Alex the Great. I purchased a dog for him. He put my dog online, which was good. Dog was like beautiful little black small dog. Had some good mouth. Really high energy. I was gonna stud him out, but anyway, and he produced good dogs. But anyway, so he had Sinclair's Alexa, Sinclair's Demelito. That's a brother and sister breeding. They both come off of Sinclair's Mr. November and Sinclair's Gizmo. So the female Alexa got a loose and went directly to Demelito got stuck one time, and I think they had like 6 puppies or whatever. Everybody had 6. I think I bought one. He kept 2. He kept a dog, a old school looking dog. It was like it was a funny looking color, like a light tan color, but he was long and rangy. And like I say, it do some throwbacks. And then he had a brown brindle female, man. She was so intense, man. Bruh, thick. I'm talking about nice little head. She was probably about a good 32 pounds, probably about 34 chain weight, but nice looking size, man. And then like I said, I got Alex from him, but anyway, I think he sold 2 more. But anyway, that's the what if breedings. The what if breeding, all them dogs came out really good. And then he turned around and sent Bosco and Guppy. I think the white guy Slim Jim came back and purchased some of them 2 dogs. And he sent one. The white guy sent one to one of his guys he know in his area. And I think he kept Guppy or whatnot. But yeah, so that was a what if breeding. He wasn't planning on doing that, and he didn't really thinking about breeding. He was gonna let her skip. She ended up getting loose, man, and that breeding was definitely good. Some good dogs came out of that. And then so before he passed away, and rest in peace to him, I'm always gonna do a good job of just keeping him in remembrance of just the dog talk and life talk or whatever, etc. And so he did the breeding again because he seen what they came out. Very intense dog, some throwback colors came off. And when you do brother and sister, you get the good and the bad, but some good dogs came out of that, man. And then and as he did another breeding before he passed. So these puppies was about 8 weeks to 10 weeks old, and so they just started getting bigger. By the time he passed, they were like a couple months old. But I was able to get one back. I could have kept a female. She was a black brindle. And so I just try to share the wealth, man, because you can't keep everything, And my mind is, I was like, bro, I'm gonna give you this puppy, and I'm just just do a breeding back with me, and we can split it. Gave it, she had papers, whatever, but she ended up, getting to the point where she finally got comfortable with being on his yard. So she kind of turned on. She started acting very intensively, and her prey drive was starting to get high, because he would tell me, because we talk, very often. We talked very often. He was just like, man, she was just, and I think he called her Rose. And he said, man, this female, I knew she was going to be right, but she got her loose. So I think one of the big dogs got loose and ended up, had a yard wreck. But like I say, it's kind of crazy, man, how stuff happens, man. And, but and the topic is, what about the what if breedings? We don't never take time out to see the what if breedings. And I'm saying, can they be highly rated as a selective breed? I think so, because you just never know. That's something that he didn't have in his back pocket. That's something that he didn't write it down to have. Because like I said, I used to go to this man's house and we got really real acquainted. And he had some breeding in mind. Like he would write down stuff. That's what he was telling me. Look, write down stuff that you want to do. And that's how I was able to get so knowledgeable about his bloodline. And then now it's mine, But so the what if breeding is the thing that you don't never think about doing a dog together. You're like, I ain't never thought about that. But then if you don't think about that, that dog just sitting here, that dog could be glorified in the long run. It don't matter if it's now or later. That dog could probably be one of the best things you did as far as the what if breeding. So me personally, I just think like that, man. And me now, as I'm, transitioning into doing certain breedings, I want to see every combination there is. For example, uncle to niece, nephew to aunt, that type of deal, grandfather, granddaughter, all that stuff, man. I want to see that and so forth. But the what if breedings that you don't never think about, that could be some of the best stuff, because out of every breeding, even a selective breeding, you see both of these dogs, when you select both of these dogs together, right? And they bring high quality, bring all the great traits that you want, all the things that you look at in the dog, great work ethics and so forth. It's still a 50-50 chance of what them dogs may throw. It's still a 50-50 chance. That's why a lot of the old timers, they went with culling, because they wanted to have a great competitive dog and so forth, and a great producer as well. But like I said, even with the selective breeding, that's what you want. You still gonna get that 50-50 chance that you're gonna throw out some good dogs. And then now you do it, so okay, if it works off that selective breeding, and we know out of all the great bloodlines that we don't dealt with personally, the selective breeding, you're going to get what you're going to get, because you got them traits locked in by selecting certain dogs. And, and I like that. Selective breeding has definitely been a good way of a breeding method for a lot of good people. A lot of good people, a lot of good strands. Selective breeding, that's how you be able to lock in a good solid bloodline that's going to produce. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. And then when you purchase one of these dogs, people going to be like, oh man, these dogs they're gonna start having this high prey drive at X amount of time. And so you really, you really want that. So, but I look at the what if breedings, can they be rated just as high or just on the same level as the selective? I really think they can, because sometimes you just don't think about doing something, and you see, when you do a breeding, it's still gonna be a 50-50 chance. You're gonna throw out something hot. You might throw something out halfway, and sometimes you may throw out something that ain't good. And like I say, when I talked to the guy, the white guy, Slim Jim, me and him was, connecting, even though he don't got me, I got acquainted through, Sinclair. He was just telling me, he said, like, look, my first breeding was okay out of the brother and sister, but then that second breeding, man, he said, man, that shit just clicked. So it just came, it was just unreal how them dogs, came out. So, but the thing of it is, when you have a good strand of dog, where they came from, you got to do it a second time. You got to. And that's why I took the time out to do that other, repeated breeding with Obsidian and Jules, because I wanted to see that same fire that was coming out of the other breeding, and how them dogs was just X amount of time. They was just, 3.5 months old, 4.5. That's when they really started getting reckless with one another. And I was like, wow, so I had to do it again. And so hopefully this next breeding would be better than the first breeding. And she had 8 pups. A couple of them got killed by one of my dogs because he went in there. I don't know what it is about them, them dogs or whatever. And I'm not trying to really get off subject, but I'm trying to extend the conversation but she killed 2. I didn't really get to see how them dogs was, but all the ones that I was gonna pick, even out the biggest male was more laid back, but I don't see a lot of dogs be like that, be laid back, and then when they turn a certain age, just seem like something just snap. It just snap in them, and they just be like, oh man, I'm ready now. That's like me saying that they get tutored, or I'm getting tutored for this class I've been failing, and I finally get to, be able to, now I got the concept. That's how them dogs are. And the one I sold, one of my homeboys, he was small, man. This dog right here, I had to separate him early. About 3 months old, he was already ready to get loose. And like I said, that breeding that I did, it was kind of better than the brother and sister breeding. And what I was seeing early, I was seeing fire early. Brother and sister wasn't even acting like that. Not saying they wasn't gonna be in time, but they, that line bred, inbred stuff, man, off of them was kind of, a little bit better than the brother and sister. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. If you go back to the what if breedings, me personally as a breeder, I want to try everything, every combination, every blend that I can try to see where I stand at, instead of just focusing on one specific breeding method. Like I said, and that one breeding method can be selective breeding. Selective breeding is only breeding to high quality dogs. What you think that's high quality in your kennel. And me personally, I got some high quality dogs, and from Ralph, from being 10 as a young dog, that I feel like I don't seen this dog. He's high quality. He definitely gonna be bred into some of my dogs, my lion bred stuff that I want to do. But can the what if breedings be rated just as on the same level as the selective breeding? Yeah, I think it can. Because like I said, once you get back into that pedigree and you look, and even if this dog, if he's not acting the way you acting, what if he could be just a good producer? Because sometimes you got dogs that don't act certain ways, but then produce so well for you. Like, I don't seen it done. Dogs acting that don't even act aggressive, but can produce well. So that ties in with the what if breeding. Then you got the selective breeding, where the dog is acting well, both for the female and the male, or the dam or the sire acting well, and you put them together, and then you go back and say, okay, I might do that repeated breeding, and then take, same out of the same dam and sire, take a pup off of that, and then breed that together. So and then you take another dog that you don't bred from the male that's acting well, and you put that with that. So that's what a selective breeding at, and that is definitely a good breeding method to do, because you want to have high quality standard dogs down, them high quality traits and that standard down in your bloodline. You want to have that in order to keep your line going. Longevity, that's the K. Longevity. From, like, right now, for example, a lot of people ain't talking about my stuff because they don't got it. But what I was showed on the video of Big Mama, they like that. She already got that. And most of the time, guys, they'll say, that's how they know. Off that little sound, they already know that they want to be at a stance. They want to be alert. Off of that sound, they looking around, even if they on the chain or they not on the chain. She, to go in and get something. But her, you didn't have to do that with her. So I know them traits is locked in just by her dad, out of them dogs. So, but I'm not gonna take too long on this. But I was just giving y'all something to just really think about, and that's what my channel is all about. Just giving y'all something to think about. Looking at it a different way. You know, and I salute all the great ones that I listen to, man. I always got to give thanks to them. All y'all channels, y'all know who y'all are. I ain't got to keep on saying who y'all are. Y'all know if y'all giving out that good shit, giving out that good information, hey, that you can fold in your back pocket or write down or jot down in your notebook, hey, I salute y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. But I think the what if breedings and the selective breeding, they could be on the same level. You just gotta know what you're doing as a breeder. And me, man, I take this to the heart. I take this real seriously. I take this to the point where I'm learning. Even if I fail, you know, I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna get back up. And I feel like, you know, these dogs, even though a lot of people say this breed was a bad breed, I don't think that, because you still got a lot of good people out here that just want American Pit Bull Terriers just as pets. They just want to just have them. And some of them you're going to have just as pets. And you know, we got to be real about it. Some of them, and then the craziest thing about it, when these dogs get 8 years old, that's when they prey drive come out. You be like, this dog ain't act like this for 8 effing years, and now he just all of a sudden just something just clicked in him. And see, that's how them dogs do. They definitely do that. See, that's a whole nother topic on that I could, you know, talk about too. But I hope y'all having a wonderful day. It's Friday. I'm kind of tired a little bit, but I'm gonna keep pushing. But like I say, we got a couple more breedings, man, to announce that we're gonna be having, and we're gonna be letting these dogs get out to some good hands. So I think it's probably about, let's see, probably about 6 breedings this year, man. I'm just going in, you know, like I said, I'm gonna listen to my spirit, because it's good when you listen to your inner self from your gut, because your gut is your first brain. It tells you when you have a bad or good feeling, you better listen to it. So I'm listening to it. I'm follow suit, and hopefully we get some great results out of this. And like I said, a couple people that don't purchase some of them dogs, out of Obsidian and Brittany, you know, guy in South Carolina, we talk and every other, you know, week or every 2 weeks, and he's like, man, I love Sunshine. That's the type of results I want to hear that's coming from my dogs, you know. And so but it's some good stuff. And another guy that I sold a dog to, he's saying the dog is really smart. He's really obedient. I love to hear that. I want to hear that. So, but I ain't gonna get in no more depths, man. I hope y'all having a good day. I had a good day, had a good week. And so furthermore, and hopefully I'll do another great video for you, and comment on here so we could talk, man. But and also when you comment, so we can meet in the middle off conversation. It ain't no argumental thing, man. I just like when people get on here and say, just because you got it over there working over there the right way, and you feel like mine ain't gonna work because I ain't doing, nah, that ain't how it go, man. It's different. To every problem, it's a different equation to solve a problem. It ain't one way to solve a problem. I mean, come on. Plenty of ways to solve a problem. And that's just like the dog game. There's plenty of ways to breed dogs, and in the right way, as long as you stay, you know, consistent at what you're doing, and know what you're doing, and you watching these dogs mature at a certain age, and so forth, and you seeing, and if they acting all shy, you know, I wouldn't do that unless I had to breed that male or that female. Unless I got it too tight, I say, okay, I know this dog right here gonna loosen this up a little bit, take the tightness out of it, because sometimes you need to loosen it up. But anyway, let me get out of here, because I keep talking. I definitely think the guy that, you know, he helped me out. He was just like, man, just slow down a little bit. So I really think he don't really boost my confidence level up. And sometimes we need somebody to boost our confidence up. And sometimes we feel like we ain't giving enough, and that's with life, period. But anyway, y'all have a good Thursday. I'll see y'all soon, or talk to y'all soon, give a video, whatever. But thank you for my new followers. I appreciate y'all so much. Couldn't do it without you. All Will Kennels or the Carolinas. We out. Peace.